So my name's Jessica. I am a research associate at the Broad Institute, and I work in the Stanley Center, which is the neuroscience department at the Broad. And what we're really focused on is creating viral tools that can be used to target and manipulate different neuronal subtypes in the brain. But I spoke to the students about the work that my lab does, and I kind of went over the paper we recently had, and I structured it as a conversation about how neuroscientists decide if they've discovered a new cell type and what criteria we use to differentiate between different neurons and classify them as one cell type versus another. It was honestly so much fun. I felt like the students picked up almost everything from my presentation and then had the most insightful questions that are actually at the very cutting edge of the field at the moment, and I was so amazed. I had one student ask a ton of questions during my presentation, and I remember thinking like, "Oh, wow, this is, like, really nice," and I think I had a similar vibe when I was younger, and I remember being self-conscious of it as a child or, like, at her age, that I was annoying by asking all these questions, so I really tried to, like, encourage all of her questions as she asked them. Then in college, it was really the different mentors and professors that took the time to speak with me that made me interested in doing research. And that's part of the reason why I really wanted to volunteer with CSV. It's because I realized um, personally, I didn't really know what research was until the end of college, and I do see a lot of people who maybe would be like me and would love science, and so I think it's really important to expose high schoolers and even younger students to the possibility of pursuing science as a career. Because I feel like volunteering in this way is I hope to give back to these students and that they gain something from our interaction, but I feel like I've learned so much. And sometimes I wonder if I'm learning more and like gaining more from these interactions. Um, for example, I'm learning how to explain my science better because it makes you think about your work in a different way when you're thinking of how to explain it to someone who maybe hasn't even had a freshman year bio class yet. And at the same time, I also am filled with such a feeling of um, fulfillment when I feel like I've connected with a student and they're excited about my work.